So you know the ones when you're listening to a song that you really like and you're like, that's my tune. That's my tune. Hey, this is Jojo B and this is episode 33 of That's My Tune, the podcast providing song reviews and interviews. Last week we were in Houston, Texas with DJ Hard Hitter discussing his song Simply Beautiful. This time round we're back in London with the lovely Cheryll discussing her song Crushing on You. Enjoyed this laid-back R&B groove? Once I return, I'll be discussing with the lady herself the inspirations behind the song and a whole lot more. Enjoy! So everybody, I'd like to introduce you to Cheryll. Yay! How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
So, I was on Twitter the other day and I saw a retweet about your EP and I thought, oh, let me go check it out. And then I saw Crushin on You on the EP and I was like, oh, I like this song. It's like a late 90s, early 2000s vibe. And I was like, yeah, I like this song. So yeah, let's talk about it. What inspired you to write it?
So when I wrote it, it was actually the beginning of the first lockdown. So I was with Lauren because Lauren, the artist that's featured on the track, we had always said that we wanted to like work on something, and it just happened that I was just into doing something like G-Funk. I just knew that I wanted to do a G-Funk kind of vibe because I knew that one, I loved that type of music. Two, I don't know, I just had Grand Theft Auto in my head, and I was just like, it just reminded me of when I was like younger and I used to drive around in those cars on Vice City and then blast the radio, and I was just like, wow, I want a song that sounds like that. So I literally wouldn't let it go. But then in terms of writing, Lauren came up with the idea of like Crush. So as soon as we had that kind of idea, we were just able to, because I'm quite open with my feelings, so I was able to just be like, okay, cool, how are we going to put it? We're going to make the song like, it's like for people to not be afraid to be like, yeah, I'm into someone, or yeah, I've got a crush on you, like, because everyone's on this, oh yeah, bad B, and that's fine, I'm a bad B, but I can still admit that I'm into someone.
I like that.
So yeah.
I really like that. And Grand Theft Auto, that's a dope video game. Like I haven't played that for years, but I love it. It's a really cool, I need to actually, I have to get console first, but then I need to, because I used to play with friends back in the day, and it's just one of those, like, sometimes you end up killing people and stuff, but it's just nice to just drive around and choose a cool radio station and just have good music in the background.
Just vibe.
So let's talk about your EP. So what inspired the EP? Because there's another song that I liked as well, and for some reason the title has just escaped me. Oh, it's a slower one. Faded Memory. Yes, So let's talk about that for a second. What inspired you to write that song?
So actually me and Duante, we kind of did it over Zoom. It was really interesting because after we did Crushin, it was just, I knew that I had to do an EP. I knew that it was time for me to just put my music together and give the people a body of work, which is what a lot of people really wanted as well. So me and Duante started, because we couldn't really link up because lockdown had just started, and everyone was really on their toes about still going to the studio, because it's considered work, but we didn't really know how we would maneuver around it. So okay, let's compose this and write it over Zoom, and then we'll go from there. Because Crushin, I had taken him a vibe, so I'd gone to him with this particular vibe, and I said, this is what I want to do. But then Faded Memory, it was like we were able to just start from scratch and just be like, okay, this is what we're just gonna do something slow. And then he composed it, he started making the beat, and then it was, I wanted a song that could make people feel, and even after we had kind of done the beat, we didn't really do too much because we wanted to keep the kind of acoustic live kind of performance feel. So that's how the whole track probably came about. But initially it was just through us just banging heads together on Zoom and thinking, okay, like, hey, this is the kind of route we're going down, and then let's expand on it.
Yeah, I do like the vibe of that, and you're right, it does give that live kind of acoustic feel, which I
Yeah.
really do love. So is that when I was listening to your EP, like I said to you and on Twitter, I was torn between, okay, do we talk about Crushing on You or Faded
Mhm.
Memories? Because those are the two standout tracks for me. So
Yeah.
yeah, I love the I'm feeling it. So I'm gonna
Thank
definitely
you.
listen to the other tracks on the EP, but those two stuck out to me.
Yeah.
Um, what got you into singing? Are you a musician as well? Like, what got you into singing?
So when I was younger, I used to go to Stagecoach, which
Okay.
is like a performance school.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was like a performance weekend school.
Okay.
And I used to go there every Saturday for
Okay.
like 3, 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like an escape, but it was a way for me to really um develop my vocals, and
Mm-hmm.
even I didn't even realize how much of what I learned there I use
Mm-hmm.
today.
Mm-hmm.
Techniques, little things that I learned sing, because I'm not a professional, and
Right.
I didn't do me I haven't gone to like Brit school, or like a lot of
Yeah.
people have done.
Yeah.
So after I went to Stagecoach for a few years, I got to a point where I think I was getting older, because you could
Mm-hmm.
only go to the Stagecoach and up to a certain age.
Right.
And I think I was getting to that age.
Yeah.
So then I kind of stopped and I didn't continue.
Right.
Um, so I was just in school doing talent shows and
Mm-hmm.
singing here and there. And then when I went to uni, I did backing vocals for like a couple people. And
Oh.
then when I left uni, I was just like, okay, I feel something special with the way that I write to
Mm.
music in my head. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I'm not a professional. I know, I felt like I was so late. I started so late. I
Mm.
started at 22. A lot of people start music a lot earlier. Some people start
Yeah.
music later, but I felt like, okay, if I don't do this, I'll
Mm-hmm.
regret it. Like if I
Yeah.
don't go for it, I will regret it so, so much. So I was like, do you know what? 22 or not, let me just go for it and
Yeah.
see, where I can end up in the same amount of time
Mm.
that I did my degree. So I did my
Mm-hmm.
degree for 4 years. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
let me see where I end up in music from 4 years,
Mm.
in 4 years, sorry. Um, so yeah, I just decided to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, here I am.
Ah, that's fantastic. I like the fact that even though you felt it was too late for you, you thought, you know what, let me just give it a go and see how it goes. So since you made that decision,
Yeah.
how has it been going for you? Are you glad that you took that step to give it a go?
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that I've taken that step, because,
Mm,
in 4 years I've been able to build up a decent following.
mm-hmm,
I've been able to get a decent amount of listeners. I've had
mm,
so many different experiences. I've
mm,
performed abroad. I've done so many things that people would dream of.
mm,
And it's hard. It's hard
mm.
work, because once, if you're trying to make it in your passion or
Yeah,
in something that you really love,
yeah,
you've got to keep your business cap on in a
yeah,
way,
mm-hmm,
and sometimes it can cloud your enjoyment of
mm,
what you're doing,
mm-hmm,
because you're just so focused on wanting to get to the next level. But
mm,
I'm so, so glad
mm.
that I've done this, because I've proven to myself that
Yeah,
when you work hard, and
yeah,
you can actually achieve.
yeah.
So I'm really happy I did it.
That's dope. So traveling abroad, like, what's that like, and what countries have you performed at so far?
So I performed in Gambia.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Gambia, yeah, it was like a stadium for like 30,000 people. That was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really, really good. So Gambia was great.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I performed in Belgium as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, not Belgium. Look at me, Germany. Crazy. Yeah, I performed in Germany.
Uh-huh.
That was really, really good as well.
Uh-huh.
It was for business, a black-owned business,
Okay.
who, it's like they do like Afro. I can't remember. Do you know, I'm so bad.
Yeah.
Like if they hear that, they're probably gonna cuss me, but I
It's
guess like
okay.
that. But yeah, so those are the two places that I performed abroad.
That's cool. Um, Earlier on you mentioned that how going to Stagecoach was like an escape. If you don't mind me asking, what were you trying to escape from?
Um, well, maybe not escape like I was running from something, but
Right.
I was an only child, and I felt like I tended to be a very, very lonely.
Mm.
So going there, it was
Mm-hmm.
nice to be around people, interact, and
Okay.
um, so maybe not an escape, but
Mm.
a a place where I could like let loose and
Yeah.
just yeah, I
Mm.
don't know.
That allowed you to be social, like sort of thing.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
yeah, because I was young, I didn't have enough problems to like be running from problems at that age,
Yeah.
really. So yeah, so I wouldn't maybe escape was the wrong word, but
Yeah.
yeah, it definitely allowed me to socialize with people that I wouldn't have socialized with,
Yeah.
and meet a variety of different people from a young age.
Mm.
So yeah, that was nice.
Okay. Cool. So, are you going to be dropping any more projects this year?
Projects, maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely singles.
Okay.
I definitely think it's very important for me to push this one,
Yeah.
push transition. So much went into it, and I feel
Mm.
like it's got some legs.
Mm.
So I really want to make sure that I am doing all that I can in
Mm.
order to push it to the maximum amount of people that I
Mm-hmm.
can do
Yeah.
within my resources or
Yeah.
within my
Yeah.
means to do so. But
Mm.
definitely gonna look into like new releasing new music. I'm still working on
Mm-hmm.
new things.
Mm-hmm.
Even when the EP was done, I was still working. I've got a few collabs.
Great.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to, with life and as you're getting older,
Yeah.
balancing everything can be extremely hard. So,
Definitely.
I've got that rhythm now of being able to live my life,
Yeah.
do the music and also do my business. Well, I'm getting there with my business, but because music is business and then my actual shades business, that's
Mm.
something else. And I'm growing them at the same time.
Mm.
So it's like it can be very, very difficult because we forget that as a musician, you are a business. And then when
Yeah.
you have a new business that you're trying to also grow,
Mm.
that has multiple there's just multiple like hurdles that I come
Yeah.
across. And
Yeah.
being a musician and being a business owner, it's two different audiences.
Mm.
I've after how many years or a few years, I've learned, my audience with music,
Mm-hmm.
but that's through a lot of analyzing.
Mm.
But that takes a lot of like mental,
Yeah, I can
it's a
imagine.
lot of mental, like, oh, my mind is just meh.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah. I don't know
Okay.
why I went on to that. I think I was getting to a point, but I've totally forgotten.
No, no, it's cool. So your business, is it, I think it's called Oh So Shady, isn't it?
Yeah, it's called Oh
Yeah.
So Shady. Yeah.
So you're selling sunglasses and that kind of thing, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
what made you decide, okay, I want to sell sunglasses?
Well, I've shades is my kind of thing, and people always knew me for
Mm.
like rocking shades. Like
Right.
from when I first started doing music, always at my shows.
Mm.
Um, always just yeah, I just always had a funky pair of shades on.
Mm.
And then I just said to myself, I'm trying to grow an empire here. I'm
Mm.
trying to grow, myself. I'm trying to grow my businesses.
Mm.
I'm trying to have multiple businesses,
Mm.
multiple streams of income. So it was like, all
Mm.
right, let's take this first step.
That is dope.
I knew that it wasn't going to be, it's not easy,
Yeah.
but selling shades, it just required me to start everything up,
Mm.
and then it kind of does the work for itself, because at the end of the day, when my music is always going to come first right now,
Yeah.
because that's what I'm trying to really excel in.
Yeah.
So sometimes the business has to take a little step back,
Yeah.
because I can't do everything and I
Yeah.
can't make myself go mad.
Mm.
So, otherwise I will
Right.
go crazy. Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
I just have to say to myself, do you know what? It's
Yeah.
actually all right. Like my business hasn't even been running for a year yet. And some people
Mm.
don't even make money after a year. And I
Mm.
made a lot. Do you know what I mean? In a
That's
few months.
dope.
So I
Yeah.
can't I can't complain. Like I need to give myself that time,
Yeah.
and I need to give myself that, that space to kind of breathe and allow my mind to be functioning properly so the business can grow, my
Mm.
music career can grow. I just need
Mm.
to make sure my mind is right.
Mm. So having that balance, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So where can we find you on socials?
So on Twitter, Instagram, my social medias, if you type in Oh So Cheryl, with 2 L's, definitely find me. So that's OHSOCHERY and double L. Also on YouTube, Oh So Cheryl, you should be able to find me there. Yeah, so it's the Oh So Cheryl way, baby.
Cool. Well, it's been great speaking with you.
It's been amazing. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. No problem. Have a great rest of the day.
You too. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
And that's a wrap with episode 33. It was great speaking with you, Cheryl. If you'd like to connect with me, you can. It is Ms. Jojo B, MZJOJOB on Twitter. And for everything regarding the podcast, you can go on linktr, linktr.ee/TMT_podcast. For email, it's that'smytunepodcast@gmail.com. I'll be back next week with yet another episode. Until then, have a great week. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Bye. Bye.